Hello, my name is Midia and this is a SX1000 1970s analog monosynth made in Italy. I'm working on it at the moment. It was in a complete mess when I got it, and as you can see it's working, it's functioning now. It's sort of doing what it should be doing. So, but it's still doing some things that it's not doing. For example, you can hear the pots on the filter frequency squelching a bit. It's not smooth at all, that movement, so probably the pots need cleaning there. Okay, but there is a fundamental problem with this synthesizer, in that the keys in this section of the keyboard are not functioning. Okay, that one works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys. No sound outputting. That one does. So what I'm going to look at today is why these keys aren't working and how you can fix them. So it may well be, because there's four, 5 or 6 together that aren't working there, it may well be that the keyboard's had some kind of an impact, something's dropped on it. Who knows? Let's have a look. Let's open it up and see what we can find. Okay, so I've got the synth open here. What I thought I'd just quickly show you is that the keyboard itself can be removed from the whole unit quite simply. Let's move that around a bit here. There we go. So it's this blue cable on the right hand side. Once you've unscrewed it, the keyboard part just lifts away, and then if you turn it upside down, this connection here connects the main boards to the keyboard. So if you disconnect that, you now have the keyboard on its own, so you can work on it without compromising any of the other circuitry. So here we have the keyboard for the SX1000. I'm going to flip it over, and the first thing we're going to do is look at how the keys work, because it's important to understand how they work before you try and fix them. So here we go, on the underside. As you can see, when you press a key, it raises a bendable piece of metal up against this black piece. You see this black strip here that runs all the way along. When you press the key, it pulls that little piece of metal up and it makes the connection there. Now, that's how they work. So now we're going to look at the keyboard where it's not working. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. As you can see, some of the little wires that connect, some of them were quite badly broken. So when that wire is trying to touch, there, because of the bend in it, it wasn't being pulled up properly by the key. What I have done is remove them from the board like this. You can see we have a space now where I've desoldered these pieces from the keyboard. Now this is the interesting part, or it's an interesting part to me. I needed a replacement for these things. I needed something else to put here because I didn't have this stuff. It's like a spring, it's like a tight spring. So I looked to an old organ that I had in the garage, and you can find a lot of analog synths and organs have this kind of mechanism. So I went into my organ, I took the keyboard to pieces there because it's just really for spare parts, and I took out a piece like this, a very thin piece. So this is what triggers the contact on my organ, and this is what triggers the contact on the Gen SX. You can see there, hopefully, that the one on the Gen is almost double the thickness. So yesterday I soldered 6 or 7 of these into place into this gap. I was looking in a box for something totally different, for another synthesizer, and I came across this stuff. This is a guitar wire for an acoustic guitar, and this is, I don't think it's the E string, the low E, I think it's the A, and it's exactly the same as this stuff here. You can see the thickness, everything about it is perfect. It's a perfect replacement. So what I wanted to do was check that this thing conducts electricity, because that's quite important, which it does. So this is how you can replace the key. If you have this exact same problem on your Gen SX, all you need is a A string from an acoustic guitar, cut into parts, and then soldered back on. So let's do that now. Right, so with the camera moved, so you can see stuff. So number one, it's going to go into place. Yeah, so make sure you slide it underneath the black pole. Six solder points resoldered. Let's check them out. They look like they're working absolutely fine. Let's turn it over and put it back in the keyboard and see if that's done the trick. Okay, right, so here we have the synth. It's all plugged in, it's all ready to go. These were the keys that weren't working. That one worked already, so let's try them. Always a good idea when you buy a keyboard, by the way, or synthesizer, just test every single key before you hand your money over, because yeah, if you get home and you find one key doesn't work, it's quite annoying. Good, so there we have it. How to fix a Gen SX1000 key, or broken keys, using a guitar A string. I'm Midiera. Leave any comments in the comments section, and if you want to subscribe, that's up to you. On your head be it.